The incredible start to the 2026 season for Carlos Alcaraz has finally come to an end, and it happened on one of the biggest stages in tennis. At the BNP Paribas Open, fans witnessed a major surprise when Daniil Medvedev delivered a brilliant performance to defeat the world number one and book his place in the final. Alcaraz had been nearly unstoppable throughout the start of the 2026 season. The Spaniard entered the semifinal carrying an incredible 16-match winning streak, dominating opponents with his explosive athleticism, aggressive shot-making, and incredible confidence. Many fans believed he was on track for yet another title at Indian Wells, especially considering his past success at the tournament. But across the net stood Daniil Medvedev, a player who knows exactly how to disrupt even the best players in the world. From the very first games of the match, it became clear that Medvedev had come with a very specific strategy. Instead of allowing Alcaraz to dictate play, the Russian controlled the tempo with deep ground strokes, flat backhands, and smart positioning behind the baseline. The opening set quickly began to tilt in Medvedev's favor. While Alcaraz tried to use his usual mix of power and creativity, Medvedev's defensive skills and counterpunching forced the Spaniard into uncomfortable rallies. The Russian repeatedly redirected the ball deep into the corners, making it difficult for Alcaraz to take control. Medvedev broke serve at a crucial moment in the set, and once he had the advantage, he never looked back. With calm and efficient tennis, he closed out the first set 6-3, sending an early message that this match would be very different from their previous battles in California. The second set, however, was where the real drama began. Alcaraz raised his level significantly, bringing more intensity to his shots and trying to push Medvedev further behind the baseline. The rallies became longer, faster, and more unpredictable as both players fought for control. At one point, it seemed the momentum was finally shifting toward the Spaniard. Alcaraz managed to create 2 set points, putting Medvedev under serious pressure. The crowd sensed a possible turning point in the match, expecting the world number one to force a deciding third set. But this was the moment where Medvedev showed his experience and composure. Instead of panicking, the former world number one remained calm, serving with precision and forcing Alcaraz to play difficult returns. He saved both set points with fearless tennis, mixing strong serving with deep baseline shots that pushed Alcaraz into making small but costly errors. With the pressure suddenly shifting back to the Spaniard, the set eventually moved into a tiebreak. And in the tiebreak, Medvedev was nearly flawless. The Russian quickly established control with sharp returns and perfectly placed ground strokes. Alcaraz tried to fight back, but Medvedev's consistency proved too strong. Point by point, Medvedev built a comfortable lead before closing out the tiebreak 7-3, sealing a 6-3, 7-6 victory in straight sets. With that final point, the stadium erupted as Medvedev celebrated one of his most impressive wins of the season. The victory not only ended Alcaraz's perfect start to 2026, but it also snapped the Spaniard's remarkable 16-match winning streak. After the match, Medvedev spoke openly about the challenge of facing Alcaraz, acknowledging just how difficult it is to beat the young Spanish superstar. That he explained that when you play someone like Alcaraz many times, you inevitably lose some of those battles because of how complete the Spaniard's game is. Medvedev praised Alcaraz's ability in every aspect of the sport: his attacking shots, defensive skills, incredible returns, and overall versatility on the court. According to Medvedev, beating a player like Alcaraz requires one thing above all else: playing your absolute best tennis. And on this day in Indian Wells, that is exactly what he did. Medvedev also admitted that the second set was extremely challenging, especially when he faced those 2 set points. But he said he simply tried to hang in the match, stay focused, and continue playing aggressively whenever the opportunity appeared. The strategy worked perfectly by staying patient and forcing Alcaraz into difficult situations. Medvedev managed to turn the match in his favor and close it out without allowing the Spaniard to take control. This victory also carried an extra layer of significance for the Russian. In recent years, Alcaraz had defeated Medvedev in the Indian Wells finals of 2023 and 2024, making this win feel like a form of revenge for those previous losses. For Medvedev, it was not just a semi-final victory, it was a statement performance. The result sends the Russian star into his first ATP Masters 1000 final since Indian Wells in 2024, proving that he remains one of the most dangerous players on the tour when he finds his rhythm. Now, an even bigger challenge awaits. The final. Medvedev will face another player who has been dominating the tournament, Jannik Sinner. Sinner has been playing spectacular tennis throughout the event, continuing the incredible momentum that has made him one of the most feared players on the ATP Tour. The head-to-head between the two players is incredibly close, with Sinner currently holding a narrow 8-7 advantage over Medvedev. That statistic alone suggests that the final could be one of the most competitive matches of the entire tournament. Both players possess very different styles. Medvedev relies on his deep defensive positioning, tactical intelligence, and ability to absorb pace before turning defense into offense. Sinner, on the other hand, thrives on aggressive baseline power, lightning-fast ball striking, and relentless pressure from both wings. When these two players meet, the rallies often become intense battles of precision and endurance. For Medvedev, the motivation is also clear that if he wins the final, it would become his third title of the 2026 season, adding to his earlier victories at the Brisbane International and the Dubai Tennis Championships. That would mark a remarkable start to the year for the Russian star and confirm that he is once again competing at the very highest level of the sport. Medvedev himself admitted that the final will require another huge performance, that he explained that if he can maintain the level of tennis he showed throughout the tournament, and possibly even raise it further, he believes he will have a real chance to lift the trophy. For fans, the stage is now. Perfectly set point, one of the most consistent champions of the past decade against one of the most explosive stars of the new generation. Indian Wells is ready for a thrilling final, and after ending Alcaraz's incredible winning streak, Daniil Medvedev has already proven that he is more than ready for the challenge. The only question now is whether he can take one final step and capture the title, or will Jannik Sinner continue his own dominant run and add another Masters trophy to his growing collection? Tennis fans around the world are about to find out. The incredible start to the 2026 season for Carlos Alcaraz has finally come to an end, and it happened on one of the biggest stages in tennis. At the BNP Paribas Open, fans witnessed a major surprise when Daniil Medvedev delivered a brilliant performance to defeat the world number one and book his place in the final. Alcaraz had been nearly unstoppable throughout the start of the 2026 season. The Spaniard entered the semifinal carrying an incredible 16-match winning streak, dominating opponents with his explosive athleticism, aggressive shot-making, and incredible confidence. Many fans believed he was on track for yet another title at Indian Wells, especially considering his past success at the tournament. But across the net stood Daniil Medvedev, a player who knows exactly how to disrupt even the best players in the world. From the very first games of the match, it became clear that Medvedev had come with a very specific strategy. Instead of allowing Alcaraz to dictate play, the Russian controlled the tempo